Hey YouTube, this video is on a HomeLabs dehumidifier. So the purpose of this video is I made a video on this prior and I was having all kinds of issues with this. So if you're having issues with yours, watch the video till the end and you'll get all the stuff that I found out about mine and how to fix yours. So essentially it was just turning off. And I have the little skinny hose coming out of the back as it just shut off. It just cycles on and off now. It works great now. And I just have that, and it's just going right into this, that pipe back there that goes to my air conditioning unit just to drain water. And it actually just goes right into the ground through the basement floor. Anyway, it wasn't working. And it continued to stop. So essentially, they sent me 2 other units and didn't require me to send the original one back. I actually gave them away because they weren't working as well. This was the last unit that they sent me, also wasn't working. All had the same issue, and I was pretty frustrated. I was thankful to the company because they were nice enough to send me 2 more units, but they didn't work either. I mean, they will take the water out of the air or the humidity, but I continuously had to come down here and empty the bucket, as maybe that's why you're on this video, that you're finding the same issue. I've had some comments on my other video of other issues, but this has been specific to mine. So it's supposed to pump with the built-in pump through that hose up to 16 feet high. Now, that's probably 3 feet off the ground, maybe 3.5. And in my other video, I showed it just trickling in a bucket that I had placed here. The fix for it that I found was essentially pull this out, dump your bucket of water, and inside here, I just don't want to do it myself because it's been working so well now. I really didn't want to take it out, but everybody likes to see, so let's just do that. I'll risk my perfectly running, let's see, it's almost full now. So I'm just gonna pull this forward, and then you have this little handle here. It's unfortunate that it doesn't stand. Well, actually, it will a little bit. So let me set this aside. One of the issues I thought it may be was this. Let me bend down here so we can see. Apologize for the camera moving. So this pump thing right here, if it drops down, you have to push it back up like it is sitting up there now before you try and put the bucket in. So what I want to show you are a couple of little spots. So you see that little metal down there, and there's one up there. So those things, when you push the bucket in, they need to contact those, their contacts, and in order for it to know the bucket's in there and how much weight it is. That one, I would imagine, it obviously is for weight, and that one is pushed back all the way. So what I did to both of those is I pulled them out a little bit just to see if they were, through shipping or whatever, pushed forward. Because if they placed these, you know how like you had to let it sit for 24 hours before you used it? You know, in shipping and stuff like that, I would imagine those can get deformed some. So I pulled up on the one that you see down there just a little, so it made sure that it was contacting the bucket, and I pulled that one forward a little. And when I did that and set it all back together, I've never had an issue since. So to me, that is the issue. Must have gotten, you know, pushed down too much when it was being shipped, and pushed forward too much as well when being shipped, so it wasn't making the connections that it needed, and therefore it just kept shutting off. So essentially what I would do, I mean, you could just take the bucket out like I just did and put it back in, or you could take the bucket out, dump the water out, and then, you know, put it back in. But just don't pull them up so much or pull them forward so much that you bend them too much, you know. I just did it a little so I could tell that it did move on both of them. You don't want to break them or anything like that. And then as soon as I did that, it absolutely worked fine. So I'm going to just stick the bucket back in with you guys here right now, if I can do it with one hand, seeing how it's almost full. And see if it'll turn back on again. Yeah. Good luck, right? Oh, got it in one hand, so I'm just going to put it back on. Now what I was getting was like a P error here constantly, and that's for like pump. It wasn't recognizing something or whatever. Like I said, I think it wasn't getting the weight of the tank, and it wasn't feeling that it was in all the way, so it just kept shutting off. Like I said, you get a P error and then it would just shut everything down. You can't see right now, I mean, because, well, filter's blinking, I guess you can see. And this just constantly blinks even though it's not. It's just because of the camera. And that's just showing that the pump is on. I don't have it on turbo or anything. It's just pump on. I have it set to specific humidity. So I want my basement at like 55, 56. Because I have a lot of gym equipment down here. I don't have a finished basement, but you know, I didn't want everything to get rusty and everything else. So this is supposed to do an area this size, and that's why I got it. But I found myself coming down here, you know, twice a day just to dump the bucket when I bought one that has a pump, that I shouldn't have to do that. And I never knew when it shut off. So I was about to try and return it again, but they were so nice to send me 2 other units, like I said. I'm usually pretty good at figuring things out and fixing them. That's why I created my YouTube channel to begin with. And when I do figure something out and so on and so forth to help people, that's why I like to make the videos, to save you guys time, trouble, money, all that stuff. So that's the fix I found. And it's been working now since the last video, once I figured it out. I mean, it's probably been a year now. And it just works flawlessly. I don't have to drain, I don't have to dump the water out at all. It just goes right through that little hose and into that area that I showed you. So this is the fix. And you know, I tried so many different things. Like I even placed this higher, like, okay, the pump can't work good enough, so I made it so it was higher or level with that. I mean, nothing worked. Essentially all that it was were those tabs in there. And all I can think is, like I said, through shipping, it, you know, they got bent a little bit just from being bounced around probably in the truck, whatever. So unfortunate to the company too, because like I said, I mean, free of charge, they sent me 2 more of these. Like I said, I gave them away. This was the last one they sent me, but I had given the other ones away because they did work at you know, taking the water out of the air, but it didn't work as far as the pump. Like, I don't want to be down here 3 times a day or however many draining the water. And in the summertime, that's when the most humidity shows up. So this thing pretty much runs, so you can see here 55. That's what I have it set at. So it'll just continue to, you know, try and keep the basement at 55. But that's the fix, guys. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, hit me up on YouTube. You can hear how it I mean, it didn't totally shut off, but it kicked something off. Right now, again, with this filter light going off, essentially all you have to do, I mean, I could just do it right now, but you just take the filter off the back and check it and see if it's needs to be washed out. And then you can just take it to the sink or whatever and just wash it out. You know, you don't have to scrub it or anything like that. Just run the water through it and stick it back on, and then you'll be all set. Hit the filter button and basically it'll start again. It's just to try and keep you up on cleaning the filter, and that's how you clean it. Just run some water through it. So yeah, I mean, that's all I got, guys. I hope this helps you. If it does and you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. It helps all of us YouTube creators. Please like the video, and if you do have any comments or whatever, questions, hit me up on YouTube in the comment section, and I usually get back to everybody pretty quickly. Like I said, I hope this helps, and see you in the next video. Thanks, YouTube.